latest version of the Nintendo Collector, now available, version 1.7. In this video, I'm going to go over quickly the new things that have happened here in version 1.7. And afterwards, for anybody who is new to the program, I'm going to go over quickly how to use some of the features. So let's see. Let's start here. In version 1.0 through 1.5, some users had to run the program with administrative privileges to get some of the features to work. I don't know why. Some people had to, some people didn't. Weird, whatever. So finally, in version 1.6, I decided that I was just going to have the program run in administrative mode, and that took care of that problem. But then the new problem is now people started seeing UAC pop-ups and stuff, so that was kind of poop. I didn't really like that. So version 1.7, redid a lot of the code, switched things around, went over it with a fine-tooth brush again, and so I think we got a pretty solid version here. This version does not require any administrative privileges whatsoever for any of the features, so that's a good thing. And so that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all that's new in version 1.7. Another thing is version 1.7 has two versions now. There's a version for people who are using Windows XP, Vista 7, 8, or 10. Then there's a separate version for those people who are still actually using Windows 98 or ME. I don't know anybody who still uses that, but if there's somebody out there that still uses it, I'm not guaranteeing it'll work because I didn't actually test it, but I had other people tell me that the program worked on Windows 98, so there is a version available for Windows 98 and ME. I'm probably not going to continue to update that version, but there is one available. Alright, so that's it for that. Let's move on now for anybody who's new, how to actually use the program. So when you first start it up, you're going to be brought to this screen here. This is basically a welcome screen, and from here you can do a couple things. I have a little music player here, and you can listen to some of the old 8-bit tunes from the NES. And also from here you can switch between the console collector here and the handheld collector. Switch back and forth. And the handheld collector also has some tunes you can listen to. Let me just show you real quick. So that you get the idea. You know, you can jam out to some of the classics. So, purpose of this program is simple. It allows you to create lists for any of the Nintendo consoles or any of the Nintendo handhelds. So for example, in the handheld collector here we have Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, Nintendo DS, Nintendo 3DS, Virtual Boy, and Game & Watch. I do realize that the Virtual Boy is technically not a handheld, but it's just easier for me to put it in this section. Over in the console collector, we can make lists for the NES, the SNES, N64, GameCube, Wii, and the Wii U. So let's start off here in the NES area. As you can see, I already have my list created. So let's say I want to add a game to that list. I would come over here to where it says select your game, and I can click on the drop down here, and I can either scroll through the list to find the game that I'm looking for, or I can keep that little dot there with a space and type the first letter or letters of a game, and then scroll down. And what that'll do is that'll take you to the first game that starts with the letter or letters that you typed in. So you scroll a little bit, you find a game that you want to add. Once you do that, come over here to the optional information area, and in this area you can add any information you want. For example, you could type in a condition of the game or value of the game, anything like that. For the Wii U, I was typing in digital copy to keep track of the digital copies that I have of games. Or you can leave this area blank if you want, it doesn't matter. I'm going to go ahead and type something in there. Once you do that, you come down to this area here where it says cart only, cart and manual, cart and box, complete, sealed. And you can check any one of those you want, or if you don't want to, you don't have to check anything at all. I'm going to go ahead and check sealed. And after you've done that, click the add to collection button. And let's scroll down here to see if my game was added. There it is. Jeopardy. Nice. Alright. So that's how you can quickly add games to your list. Now, if a game that you're looking for is not in the list, then you can either go here and you can fill in the appropriate information here. And then you can do all this stuff, do that. And you can add games that way if a game's missing from the list, or if a game's missing from the list, you come down here to where it says custom edit, add, remove, and customize, and this is where you can do most of the changes to your list. So, for example, if I want to add a new game, I can scroll down here to the bottom on a new line, and if you want to create that little dot, you hit Alt plus 7. That makes a little dot. And then you basically do the same thing. You type the name of the game, company, date, and you save the changes. So you can add games that way. If you want to remove games from your list, you can simply highlight the game, hit backspace, that deletes it. And you want to hit backspace again because you do not want to leave a blank line, because it will count blank lines as a game. So you want to get rid of that. And let's see, right now it says I have 370 games, so after deleting this game I should have 369. So we're going to click Save Changes here. There we go, that game's gone. So that's how you delete games. So you can also, anything that you've added, you can also add more information to that. So, or you can edit information. So for example, 10-yard fight here, I can say, oh, Nintendo didn't make that game, some other company made that game, and I can type that information in there like that. So I can edit anything in here. Another thing is, let's say you want to add a bunch of extra information at the end of a line. So for example, 10-yard fight, I want to add a bunch of information. And then I hit enter and I want to type in some more information. And then I click Save Changes. Well, as you can see, it saved some of the information that I put in there, but because I clicked enter and went down on a new line, it counted that line, information as a game on that line. So that's poop. So you don't want to do that. But let's say you type in a bunch of information and it ends up going on a new line. As long as you started on the line that the game is on, it doesn't matter how much information you put in, how many lines it goes down, it'll stay with that game. So just make sure that you start on the line that the game is on. So now when I click Save Changes, you'll see that all that information stayed with the game. And even though I have 4 new lines here, it didn't count those as games because I started on the line that the game was on. So you just got to be aware of what you're doing when you're doing stuff like that, because you don't want to end up getting a bunch of freaking games all mixed up and everything. I'm pretty sure I mentioned this, but this list does automatically alphabeticalize itself, so you don't have to worry about that. Next, we have the Systems and Accessories area. Now this list doesn't automatically alphabeticalize itself. So it doesn't matter where you type anything. You can type anything, anywhere. You can skip as many lines as you want. Doesn't matter. When you save the changes, it'll save exactly how you typed it out. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, and that's been saved, and as you can see, everything stayed exactly how I typed it. So that covers that and that. Now we have fun facts. This is just a quick area I threw together just for the hell of it. It'll give you the release date of the system that you're looking at. It'll also tell you how old it is in days, hours, minutes, and seconds. Plus there's a couple other random facts thrown in there. Just something to screw around with. And now let's go over how to create and restore backups. I'm not going to show you that in this area because I screwed up my list. Let me go over to the SNES area here. So let's say you're done with your list. You have it exactly the way you want it. You got all your games in there. You're going to want to make a backup just in case something happens. Make a backup. So to do that, you click on the Resources tab here, and you're going to click on the Create Backup button. And it says, are you sure you want to create a backup? Yes, I do. You click OK, and it tells you that your backups have been created. Now, let's say something bad happened to my list. Let's say a shit ton of it got deleted and saved. That's bad. Let's go over here. A bunch of stuff here got screwed up too. And saved. It's no biggie because I have a backup. So all I got to do is click on the Resources tab again. Then click on the Restore Backup button. And it'll tell you that you're about to delete your list and replace it with your backup. I'm going to click OK. Have it. My Super Nintendo collection has been restored. So let me go back here and restore my Nintendo. So I had already made a backup of that. So I'm going to restore this. Boom. Nintendo collection is restored. So that's how you create and restore backups. Let me go over real quick this import old backups. This is something new to this version of the program. And if you were on a older version, say from 1.0 to 1.6, and you had already made backups, it basically, in those versions, it would save those backups in the same location that the program was installed in. And in version 1.7, in order to take care of the whole administration privileges thing, I had to start saving the backups in a completely different area that didn't require any administration rights. So, if you have old backups, you need to import those old backups into the new location. So if you click this button, it'll do that. As long as you have, as long as you installed this newest version in the same location that the old version was installed in. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do that. You just click on this button, and this pop-up comes up, and it pretty much explains what I already said. It tells you that in version 1.7 and above, all backups are stored in a new location. Use this feature only if you have older backups from version 1.0 through 1.6. Once imported, you can restore them and will no longer need to use this feature. Backups for version 1.7 and above do not require importing. Okay, so once I click OK, as long as it finds my backups, it'll tell me that I'm good to go, and I can go ahead and restore those. So let's see what happens here. Okay, it says you can now restore your backups. Click Restore Backups button to begin. Alright, so it found my backups. So now, those backups were copied from their original location, which is where this program is actually installed. And it's going to move those backups into the new location. And also, if you're one of those people who are using Windows 98 or Windows Millennium, you won't even see this button, so you don't have to worry about that. Alright, so let's restore that backup now. Alright. Boom. There's my Wii games. I don't have very many, but there they are. They're back. So it sounds a little confusing, but that's how you use that feature. And let's say once a version 1.8 comes out, or version 1.9, and you're updating from say this version, you won't have to use this button at all. You just use this button. You won't need to use that. This is only going to be for any of the older versions. Nothing from this version onward. So I hope that makes sense. If you're having trouble with it or whatever, just hit me up and let me know, and I'll try to go over with you a little bit better. Alright, so where did we leave off here? We went over all that. Only other thing we have is the print button. So you click on that. That brings up a print dialog, and that will print out both of your lists, the game list and the systems and accessories. Next we have save to phone or PC. So let's say you have your phone hooked up to your computer. You can browse to your phone, and you can save this text file on your phone so that you can take your list with you on the go when you're out hunting for games or whatever. Another way to get this list on your phone would be to just save it on your computer, and then you could email it to yourself. And another good use for this feature is you can save all these text files somewhere on your computer and basically have extra backups of your backups. You can never have too many backups. And let's see. Oh, there's one other thing I wanted to show that I changed. For whatever reason, the video capture card that I'm using won't pick up the new icons that I added to the program, so you can't see them. But if I view the program from a virtual machine, you will be able to see them. So here we are, my virtual machine, and you can see that now all the links, any links that are in the program, have these cool little mushroom icon cursors. I thought that was cool. And there's also a secret 1-up mushroom somewhere in the program. And if you find it, you get a free man. Alright, so we've gone through pretty much everything here. The only thing we got left now is the About and Help area, and this just, in the About section here, just tells you a little bit about the program. It's got some contact information, some other stuff, the update notifier. That'll tell you if there's an update available or not. If there is one available, this will turn red and it'll say something like, update available, download now, something like that. Next we have the video section. That's pretty much what you're watching now. It's just a little video guide to show you how to use the program. In older versions I used to have the video actually embedded in there, and then in this version I realized, that's kind of small, so now when you click on it, it'll actually open the video up in a new window, and so you can resize it how you see fit. And finally we have the donate area. So if you like the program, you think it's useful, you can click on the PayPal Donate Now button. So I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling like I went over everything. If you have any questions, concerns, find any bugs, anything, you can hit me up on YouTube or shoot me an email. So that's it. Thanks for watching.